name?
This is Raven.
Hello. And this is Aisha.
Hi. And my alter ego. And then, did we talk about how many I have?
No.
Okay,
I think
we'll talk about
let's.
Tell
Okay.
the people. So I have Aisha, which Aisha is who certain people know. A lot of people don't know Aisha. And it's who y'all are getting to know now. Venomous Aisha is who y'all know.
She's the sassy Sasha Fierce.
Neon is one of them. She loves neon lights. I'll just say that. Nyla is my island girl. You ever met Nyla?
No.
That's when I have my locks in.
What?
You know, I have those.
Yes, I've seen pictures though, but I've never been around you when you have them.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl, I've been craving it too, but I can't get myself to grow my bald head and have it.
It's so pretty. Now, with your different alter egos, like I know Venomous Aisha, and then obviously Aisha. Venomous Aisha is your like very fierce, very sensual side. Very commanding, very...
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Venomous is definitely very demanding. Venomous is fearless. She is very strong. She shows no sign of weakness. She doesn't show emotions.
She's sexy, baby.
She's straight sexy, straight fierce.
Unapologetic. Yes. Now, when you're in the zone of neon, like, is this a personality? Like, is this another part of your personality that's on display? Or is this like photos only, I'm in character for a video shoot? Like, what is the vibe?
Neon is the girl that likes to rave. My rave girl. That's my rave girl. That's when you see like the neon colors that I like to wear, the different costumes. I would say like my cosplay girl. She likes to dress up. She's a rave girl. She loves the house music. Everything bright and shimmery, the silvers,
those cowboy boots, the red glitter.
I said Nyland is my island girl. The island vibes, like any type of Caribbean type vibes. She even started talking like she's from the
Yes,
that's what I like.
So I only have one real alter ego.
For real.
Just Charlotte. Just when I pull
we
out
love
the English accent, this is Charlotte. And I bring Charlotte to the party anytime that I feel a little like overwhelmed
or distressed, discombobulated,
angry, anything that's like threatens to take Raven to a really like unbecoming place. Okay. And so then I bring Charlotte into the room so that she can sort of take over and make sure that things are handled in a classy way. Because Raven has another side that we really buried. And so as a part of my healing journey, some things I had to give up were like fighting, being violent, and like getting really ugly with people.
Raven is bad.
Exactly. And that's when Charlotte was born. Right around the time that like I let go of old ways of like addressing things. I introduced myself to Charlotte, and she really set me free because she can handle the situation for me in a way that might feel foreign. And now like the old way of doing things is so foreign to me that I don't have the inclination to be violent or anything like that anymore. But I'm just so used to calling on Charlotte for different things that she's a part of me.
She's a part of me. We'll be out and she just started talking to people like this, and they really started. When we went to the pizza place, remember that time they really thought we were both from?
I'm not surprised. It happens so much. Sometimes like I bring Charlotte out just because I'm bored. Like it's so boring to just be one person all the time.
She's a Virgo.
Yeah.
You know Virgos require a lot of attention, baby.
Baby.
But we love them.
Outside of that, like I feel like I've made a point to like merge the parts of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that even more in this season. We've been talking about that, like bringing more of myself to the forefront and allowing all the parts of myself to coexist.
Yeah. I'm still learning. I had to learn each individual part of myself first because I was never able to really identify those things in the past. So I had to learn each individual person, and now I'm learning how to navigate all of them as one. And I don't think I've gotten there yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there because Aisha, out of all of those people, Aisha has the most depth to her. And I feel like Aisha is the most vulnerable, and she's the person that I protect. So all of those people protect her. Yeah, she's protected by those people. Even my sensual, because I feel like Venomous Aisha is still different from my sensual, because I have a very vulnerable sensual side. And so I kind of feel like that's a different person too. I haven't named her yet. I don't know.
When you say that about like Aisha being the core of who you are that you protect with these other personas, that makes me realize that I do have one. It's just little Raven. Like that's she's my inner child. She's my innermost self. She's this vulnerable, and sometimes she's playful and goofy. Sometimes she just needs attention. Sometimes she needs a hug. Like she's the part of me that I hold hand in hand, and the other parts show up to protect, provide for, comfort, whatever.
For me, I think what is most confusing about it all is I have felt guilty, which we've talked about this, but like I felt like when I posted that rave outfit, I was in a season.
The silver one?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that one.
When I posted that, because I had stopped posting like cosplay content for a while. I think we talked about that once. A lot of different things kind of took place in life, but one of those things being uncomfortable in this new skin, in this new body, with the body dysmorphia and all those things. I kind of had in my head, I'm like, am I over-sexualizing myself now? You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many different people that follow me now. On Facebook, I feel like more professional connections. Instagram, a little bit of both, but TikTok is where I can be more free. You know what I mean? And so, for me, it became a struggle because I'm like, okay, I feel like this is too much. Like, I just don't want to, like, rub anybody the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like,
who? Like, when you think about the person that you might be rubbing the wrong way, who is that?
I mean, I have a lot of, like, business people as far as just, like, the people who are above me at my job. Older connections that I may have made.
Older in age? Or older, like, from the past?
Both.
Okay.
That I might have made through business or through previous jobs.
So really it's like your professional persona sort of competing with, or like there's a split. There's a split between who you feel that you need to be in the professional space and in the eyes of those people. And the whole you. Yeah. Which is normal.
I think that's normal for people, right? But I felt the same thing when this was a while back, but I was mentoring, or I guess you could say it was mentoring one of my homegirls. She has this glam girls like type thing. It's like she does like birthday parties and stuff for little girls. It's so cute. It's so cool. And back then, like when the girls would come, we would line them up and teach them like how to do model walk, like so they can be more confident, like how, just all kind of stuff, pose and everything. And I would be so conflicted, and I talked to her about it too, because I'm like, she was like, they're very gullible during that time. They're very like, you know,
they look up to you.
Yeah.
And they trust you.
Yeah.
And they're like you.
Easily influenced. And so I remember there was one of the girls that ended up finding me on Instagram. And she even had her name as Venomous and then that name. What? And although that was so cute, I was like in my head, no. Like,
because what was it that you were doing online that you felt was outside of what you wanted her to be exposed to?
I was living strictly through Venomous Aisha on Instagram. So like at that time, like it was just straight up, none of these other people personalities was present. It was just straight Venomous Aisha.
So was it just Sensual Movement?
No, it was just strictly Venomous Aisha. It was that edgy, dark, feminine energy. Very edgy, dark, feminine energy. And it was very just unapologetic. So what you see was what you got.
What part of her feels inappropriate for a child to model?
I don't think that it was appropriate for a little girl to look at my photos and say, I want to take photos like that, and then go home. If they see me doing a photo naked, topless, even though it's tasteful, but you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. So at that time, I was so conflicted because I'm just like, so I feel like even shied away from that, and I think I shy away from a lot of stuff when I feel uncomfortable.
So you made yourself kind of responsible to be this person's role model.
Right, and I know I shouldn't.
Even though it wasn't
my responsibility.
No. But I think there's like, as a child, like I'll speak for myself as a kid, I had muses. But none of them were, oh, I'm going to be exactly like and do everything that person does. But it was like I recognized a part of myself that I didn't know how to come into yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? In different women. So like, for example, I recognize a part of myself in Aaliyah.
Yes.
I recognized a part of myself in Little Kim too.
Yes.
But I'm just a kid.
Yes.
So there's no emulating Little Kim. Are you fucking crazy?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I clocked a part of myself in these women who were publicly open with their sexuality.
Trina, come on.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? And then like today, as a fully actualized version of myself, that was all accurate.
Oh yeah.
And I needed to see from a young age that those parts of me were okay too. Because I was being groomed in a culture where those parts of me were not okay. So seeing a woman say, actually, yes, all of me is okay. My sexuality is safe. My body doesn't have to be sexual. I don't have to hide my body. Like clocking that in the very back of my brain, in the bottom of my consciousness, where I'm being raised in a culture where if I'm not covered up appropriately and completely and hiding my oversized breasts, then I am trying to attract negative attention. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the narrative that was being sold to me. So I see that as a young girl reaching for someone to give her permission to allow parts of herself that nowhere else are allowed. Not that she will get herself into trouble by trying to mirror that too young. You know what I mean?
That just kind of hit something. I feel like I remember a time where I was working at Sally's and Miss D, I'll never forget her. She's like one of those people that you meet once in a lifetime, and so much wisdom. Anyway, I remember talking to her and telling her I was young then. I don't even know if I was like, I know I wasn't over 23 at that time. But I remember talking to her and telling her there was an incident where a guy came into Sally's. He was an older gentleman. He came to the register and he was, you know, they was being a little slick, you know, doing their little flirtatious thing. And I used to get very uncomfortable easy, but I would try not to show it. So I would try to act like I could handle it, but inside I was so uncomfortable. But he said something. He was just like, your eyes are just so like, it's so sexual. Like it just oozes.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I hadn't even discovered that part of me at all. So it made me very uncomfortable. And I talked to her about it, and I was telling her about it, and I was like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like I'm giving people the wrong, like, idea of who I am. Or like, am I doing something to make people feel that this is the type of person that I am? Because I'm not. You know what I mean? But little did I know.
That is the type of person that I am.
That is.
You know what? The word wrong in that context, like, immediately stings me. Because it's the same thing with the word sin. Like, it's almost subjective to the conversation. A part of like me owning more of myself and giving myself permission to explore all of who I am has been redefining the word sin to be anything that I do that is against myself, like against the core of who I am, who God created me to be, or who God created me as. You know what I'm saying? And as I uncover more of my own truth, I go deeper and deeper into goodness, into wholeness, into worthiness, into being a reflection of God herself. Because I'm created in the image of God. So as I honor all the parts of me, I glorify the God that made me.
Right.
And when I dishonor the parts of me, I'm in sin. I'm outside of that glory.
That's a different way to definitely, like, a different way to look at it.
Yeah. So like wrong, you know, the word wrong is sold to us anytime woman and sexuality are in the same conversation. You know?
Yeah.
Your eyes are captivating and they draw me in and they're so oozing sexuality. I've heard that said about me before at a time when I wasn't ready for it. And I felt like I needed to How do you feel about it now?
Now I'm in a season where I have done so much self-work and shadow work that what you see is what you will get. If it makes you uncomfortable, you do not have to watch. You do not have to be here. You're not forced to be here. So respectfully, I just don't give a damn anymore. I really don't. I think I've wasted too much of my life. Period.
My book. Fuck them, deal you. Continue.
Yes. I wasted too much of my life trying to be concerned about what people think, what people feel, how to be, what to be. I wasted so much of my life trying to figure that out. And regardless of trying to figure that out, people still gonna feel how they gonna feel. Like we was talking about the other day with Beyonce. She's so talented, right? So talented. There's literally you really can't critique too much on Beyonce, right?
You just have to dislike her because you want to.
You just have to dislike her because you want to, but you have to give her credit for the performer that she is, right? But people will still find something. Something. And so that's just kind of how I feel. Like, people are going to always find something. So I might as well be me and live in my truth and be okay with me. And as long as I'm okay and as long as I'm happy with who I am, then that's really all that I feel like that matters.
Yes.
So.
I drink to that. Love y'all.